relaxation today. So very much about just taking ourselves into a state of deep rest, transformative and really transmutable of all of those things that get in our way. So allowing us to melt away the stress and fatigue of our day and encouraging us into deep, deep rest. So I'll just set up the last couple of things here. And when you're ready, start to make your way onto your mats. Light a candle, grab some props as well today. So have lots of things around you, whether they're cushions, pillows, blankets, blocks, anything you might have. And make sure you're nice and comfy. You can pop a pair of socks on and a big sloppy Joe or a jumper, whatever you call it, where you're from. So I'm going to roll up my blanket here into a long burrito-like experience. And I'm going to place a pillow at the other end of my mat. And I'm going to grab my bolster in case I need it and a couple of blocks. So I'll just have that off to one side. So today's practice is very much stillness. So make sure you're comfy, make sure you're warm enough, make sure the room is peaceful enough for you to maintain a reclined position for a relatively long period of time. So allow yourself to gather up those props while I just get myself ready here. So rolling your blanket up so it supports the backs of your knees. Finding yourself a pillow so that your head can recline on it. And look for any other props around you, whether you wish for a blanket over the top of you or not. So I'm going to begin now. So let's recline down by lying on our back and allowing ourselves to get nice and comfy. So position the blanket behind the backs of your knees. Position the pillow behind the back of the head. Take your arms out wide and let the palms face the ceiling. And we will begin here by closing down the eyes, if that's okay with you. And completely giving in to the field of gravity. And today's practice will be a guided meditation. It may even encourage you to doze off or to be in a state we know as yoga nidra. Wherever you end up, just know that that's okay. It's completely fine. This is not an active yoga class. It's a class about restoring and recharging our nervous system. Resetting the default patterns that create the anxiety, the responses that trigger. Instead, let's aim to create abundance in the body and those things that make us glimmer. Now let's just focus on the breath for a few times around. So we'll all prepare by exhaling wherever we are. Now through your nose, inhale for the count of 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now you hold that breath in for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale here, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now hold the breath out, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now calmly inhale, smoothly inhale for 2 and for 1. Now hold the breath in, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale the breath out for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now hold the breath out for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale now and continue to find that pace of breath. If it doesn't serve you for 4, take it for 3. If you can take it out to 5 or 6, do that. And let's just take a moment on our own to navigate through our box breathing. Encourage a couple more cycles on your own. And really beginning to feel how the skeleton is beginning to soften down into the tissues of the body. And so from your mind's eye awareness, scan from the soles of your feet all the way along the legs, all the way through the pelvis and the lower back and the tummy, the chest and the cavity under the ribs, the shoulders, the arms, the fingers, the palms, the neck, the jaw, the cheeks, the forehead, the ears and the face. Just let it all soften here. Permission to look ugly, just to let yourself have the mouth open, to not care what you look like. Just deeply rest here into the bones of your body. And bring your awareness now to the soles of your feet. Try not to focus on that area, but just rest your awareness there. Can you notice the difference? Feel how all the soles of the feet, the tissues run. Important job they do supporting us all day, taking us from place to place. Just let them all feel super soft. Can you feel the pinky toe and the fourth and the third and the second and the big toe? Maybe you can feel them touch. Just rest your awareness in the soles of your feet and let them feel soft. And run your awareness across the tops of the feet. Notice how they take a lot of pressure there from the shoes, lacing up our trainers. Just let all of that soften. Move into the complex ankle joint. Just let the feet roll in the direction they wish to go, and then soften them completely. Feel into the Achilles, the tendon at the back of the ankle. as it arches away from the earth. An example of a secondary curve. And shift your awareness to the fronts of the calves, the fronts of the lower leg, and feel those strong bones across the fronts of the shin. Let them soften down into the tissues of the calves. Now let the whole lower leg feel super soft. Relax your awareness. Recharge the soles of the feet, the tissues of the calves. Move your awareness to the backs of the knees, the hollow. And start to take your awareness through the dynamic knee joint. See if you can feel the umbrella-like bone of the kneecap covering it all, protecting it all. All the ligaments associated with the knee. Just let that all rest. Let all of that soften into the field of gravity. And from the knees, feel the solitary, longest, thickest bone in the body, running inside all of the big tissues of the hamstrings and calf muscles, and the ligaments and tissues that create all of that strength. Just let that bone rest down into the tissues. And let the entire legs feel completely at rest. And that solitary, big, long, thick bone deviates and dives deep into the joint of the hip. Rest your awareness in and around the pelvis. Let the pelvis rest down into the buttocks of the body and allow it to feel heavy and settled. The legs are thought to be a connection with the root element, root chakra, earth. here we rest in the watery realm of Swadhisthana chakra. That watery realm, the bladder, moving along the lower spine, the lumbar. Feel into its gentle arch away from the earth. And wrapping from the lumbar spine around to your belly button, feel the hug of the transverse abdominis. And then from way down near the pubic bone, feel into what might experience as a hand towel being placed across the tummy. The rectus abdominis. Hand towel taken all the way up to the lower ribs. And safely tucked up in all of this is the organs of the digestive system. Primary location where the body transfers nutrients from food into the warmth, the fire of our existence. The world of Manipura chakra, fire element. Rest your awareness here on the radiating warmth of the furnace from the center of the body. Feel now the cavity created by the ribs, and the ribs themselves, like a beautiful basket containing, supporting, and protecting that which is most vital. The lungs, the heart, the diaphragm, feel now the natural rhythm, the natural pulse of your own experience of life. Bring your awareness to the collarbones across the front of your chest, and trace along them right and left to the shoulders. rest your awareness across the front of your chest and pretend as though someone is providing some pressure via their hands and pressing your shoulders down. In the process of pressing down, there's width across the chest as you melt into the earth. Start to maneuver down the upper arms, through to the elbow joints, feel into the forearms and the bones of the arms as they rest down into the tissues of your body. Feel now how the wrists are resting, the backs of the hands. Can you feel the texture of the flooring underneath them? Feel how the pinky finger, the ring finger, the middle finger, the index finger, perhaps they are all curled in. Maybe the thumb feels towards the fingers in a natural gesture of rounding and softening through the fingers. Effortless and easeful. Calming. Let's take a moment here to completely rest the entire body, from the shoulders, the arms, the torso, the pelvis, the legs, all down into the mat, down into the floor. And now jump your awareness to the neck. Take a moment just to let it feel. It supports the weight of our head all day against the forces of gravity. Just let it feel relaxed. And from the back of the neck, where channels of information flow, vital channels of information. And bring your awareness to where the back of the head rests on the floor or the pillow. Notice if you can allow it to feel heavier. See what that does. Shift your awareness from the back of your head around to the ears. The sense that allows you to hear What's the furthest away sound you can hear? Increment by increment, bring that sound in till all you can hear is my voice. And then even let that sound like the clouds in the sky as they blow through. Bring your awareness to the cheeks and let them feel soft. And let the lips feel separated and the teeth apart and the tongue soft in the mouth. Let the whole lower face feel really relaxed. Take your awareness to the nose and see if you can feel the temperature of the air as it arrives. And as it departs. Perhaps it's a little cooler on the way in. And much warmer on the way out. Pretend that you can place a couple of drops of water on the tip of your nose. Now feel those droplets of water roll down the bridge of the nose. And then each one separates right at the corner of the eyes and enters the eyes to fill it up with that beautiful cool pool of fresh water. Let the eyes feel like still, cool alpine lakes, pure, fresh, and refreshing. Now, as though someone's taken their finger and dipped it in that cool pool of water, and they're running that finger up from your bridge of the nose towards the third eye and then across the forehead. Feel now how the entire face is relaxed. Feel now how the entire body has melted into the field of gravity. for these final few moments, let the brain rest down into the skull. Let the heart and lungs rest down into the chest. Let the organs of digestion rest down into the body. The bones of the legs, bones of the arms, feel completely relaxed. Please feel free to stay here for as long as you wish. But if you're like me and need to continue on with your Wednesday, slowly start to bring movement to the fingers, to the toes, to the legs. Sweep the arms overhead, reach long into the beautiful longest version of you. And then roll over onto your favorite hip in a fetal position. And just bathe yourself in love and gratitude and thankfulness. And then very slowly start to make your way up into whatever version of a seat you wish. And then cross your legs. Place your hands on your knees. Just take a moment. Feel how you feel. We wear our busyness like a badge of honor in this 21st century life. And see what it feels like to slow down, to restore and recharge. Privilege we often give all of our technological devices in order to keep them and maintain them in their optimum state of connectivity. We regularly recharge, restore and update those operating systems, completely ignoring our own operating systems, our own charging ports. And let this practice be an opportunity for you to recharge yourself. Hands to your heart space, chin to chest. Thank yourself for showing up. Thank yourself for practicing. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. Greet this beautiful version of yourself and the remainder of your wonderful day with the Hindi word Namaste. Thanks everybody for your practice. I hope you enjoyed. Just super smooth, super calming. We don't take enough opportunity to slow down in our very, very busy lives, very, very frenetic pace. So this is a practice that is aimed at calming the nervous system, down regulating the stress and fatigue of our busy, busy lives. There'll be a video recording of this on YouTube, so feel free to find it there and join me whenever you wish, whenever you need, just to recharge, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.